Salutations, crustaceans! I'm Lobster, and today we are finally checking out a Peavey T-40. Let's do this! This is the Peavey T-40, a legendary instrument, and today we are going to go over what makes this thing so legendary. Now, I've been sitting on this one for a while, and it is a very interesting and somewhat confusing electronic setup, and we will talk about that and how much is packed into these four knobs and two switches in just a little bit. But let's go over the basic specs first. This being a sunburst model, and along with the natural models, is an ash body, and this is paired to a rare rosewood fingerboarded maple neck. This is a 34-inch scale neck with 20 frets, and the nut width is a beefy 43 millimeters. This is a chunky neck. The pickups are the patented Peavey Super Ferrite pickups. These are humbuckers with a little trick up their sleeves, and it pairs well with these special electronics. So what we have at first glance is a basic volume tone setup with a three-way pickup selector. And the second switch is a phase switch. So that puts both pickups out of phase with one another, essentially switching the hot and the grounds from what I understand. But there's more to it than that. Each pickup has their own individual tone control, which is also a coil switch. The control knobs are numbered, and from 7 all the way up to 10, you have a single coil pickup. And then below that, you are dealing with a humbucker, and you can then take the tone all the way down from there. So you have quite a lot of flexibility between the coil switching as well as the phase switching, something which you really don't see on basses nowadays. This particular example is from before 1984, though I don't know the exact date of production. I haven't really looked it up. This is not my bass, and this is actually a viewer's bass, so thank you so much for letting me borrow this. But yeah, this is a viewer's bass. It is an earlier model, but it seems to be in pretty good shape. For hardware, we have this beefy old-school Peavey bridge, and up at the headstock we have these neat and very smooth and very functional Peavey tuners. Overall, the build quality is actually quite solid for being, I want to say, close to 40 years old. Not too shabby. No wonder these things are starting to become coveted. Now let's go ahead and turn this bass around. Around back, there's not much to see other than this beautiful burst finish, the string ferrules at the bottom because you can string through the body, and this neck plate, which also has a micro tilt adjustment for the neck. Now, that has actually been removed on this particular bass, and there's actually a shim in the neck because of how things have progressed with age. However, this is very playable in its current condition, and I can't wait to show you guys how it sounds. We can also see the back of this neck here, which is a gloss finish, and we can also see these really cool Peavey tuners. They look like the precursors to hip shots, if you will. Pretty neat stuff. And you're probably wondering, how much does this bass weigh? These have a reputation for being boat anchors, and this is probably a lighter example at 11 pounds. It's a heavy bass. Absolutely. It is massive. A lot of mass here. And you may be wondering, how much does something like this cost? Prices for the T-40 are all over the place, and they're only going up. These instruments are rather old, and finding one in good shape is becoming harder and harder. So if you really dig what you hear later on in this video, be sure to pick one up as soon as you can, because they're only going to become harder and harder to find. And now I know you're all wondering, what does this bass sound like? You know what you need to do. Go ahead and pinch that like button so my hand will turn back to normal. Thanks. What tone out of this Peavey T-40? Very interesting instrument. So much to unload here. So let's just start with the phase switching, as that is probably the most prominent feature on this bass, or the most I guess, visible prominent feature other than the standard, or what appear to be standard, volume tone controls with the three-way selector switch. So, that is with everything. Hi, BB. That is with everything at 10. All the controls are at 10, and we have the phase switch not engaged. It is up, meaning that the pickups are in phase, and the pickup selector switch is centered, meaning that we are using both pickups. Here's that one more time. And for comparison, here are the pickups out of phase. You definitely notice a big difference in the tone. Now, as I mentioned, the tone controls, speaking of tone, are coil switches as well. And from 8 to 10 on both tone controls, we have single coil mode engaged on each of the pickups. And that is the outside coils of each. So that's what you've heard thus far. And when we actually hit the phase switch, it reverses the bridge pickup coil. So then it is the neck side magnets for both pickups. It only does that for the bridge pickup, though. It doesn't do anything to the neck pickup. What a difference. Next, let's check out these pickups individually and start out with the neck pickup. Neck pickup is engaged in single coil mode, and that is the neck side of the pickup. Here's what that sounds like with the neck pickup soloed and the tone at 10, all the way open, and again, single coil mode engaged. What a nice tone. Now let's take the tone control down to about right to the edge there. This is about 8. Yeah, so it's already sounding like the tone is pretty much all the way down, and I guess it is, but that's just for the single coil mode. If we turn the tone control just a little bit further, we are now engaged in Humbucker mode with the tone open. And let's take the tone down all the way now, and that's just on the neck pickup. Very nice. Really cool sound out of this neck pickup. Again, the phase switch does not impact the neck pickup at all. Let me show you. Same thing. Anyways, let's move on to the bridge pickup now. So as I mentioned, this is using the outside coil, the one farthest towards the bridge. Here's what that sounds like with the tone at 10, meaning we're at single coil mode, fully engaged with the tone open. Next, let's take the tone control to about 8. So here is single coil mode, I guess, with the tone all the way down. Now let's turn the tone back to 10. We're going to flip the phase switch and we're going to be using the inside coil of the pickup. Here's what that sounds like with the tone all the way open. Very nice, and a very distinct difference from the outside coil. Let's do a quick comparison. Here's the inside coil. And here's the outside coil. The outside coil definitely sounds like a 70s jazz bass, and you get that same type of tone. Where the inside coil is a bit fatter. Very interesting. Now let's move on to humbucker mode. So we have the tone control at 7, meaning that the humbucker is fully engaged. Here's what that sounds like. And then let's take the tone all the way down. So now that we've pretty much gone through, broadly at least, the function of each of these pickups individually, let's put them together and see what kind of tones we can get. Let's again start out with everything at 10, meaning both pickups are in single coil mode. It's the outside coils that are selected and we are in phase. Here's what that sounds like. Now let's take the neck pickup down to 8, meaning the single coil mode tone is essentially all the way down. And we are going to leave the bridge pickup tone all the way open. Wow, that is some really nice tone. Let's see what that sounds like out of phase. Nice. Let's flip the phase switch one more time and take the neck pickup to humbucker mode. So now at 7, we have the neck pickup in humbucker mode with the tone open, and again the bridge pickup in single coil mode with the tone open as well. And here's that out of phase. I'll flip the phase switch one more time and we'll take the neck pickup tone all the way down with the bridge pickup at full open tone. Now you can only imagine how many different combinations there are with those 4 different settings alone per pickup. That's way more than even what we get with the Sire M5 with the 3-way pickup selector for each individual pickup to allow for series parallel and single coil and all that. This is just crazy. I'm really impressed, honestly, with the plethora of tones that we get here. Next, I'm going to open up the neck pickup tone, and we're going to take down the bridge pickup tone. Here's everything open one more time. Now let's take the bridge pickup tone down to 8, which is the single coil mode tone all the way down. Here's what that sounds like. And here's that out of phase. Now let's take the bridge tone control down to 7, which is humbucker mode engaged here, and we still have single coil mode, tone open on the neck pickup. Here's that out of phase. Let's flip the phase switch and take the tone all the way down for the bridge pickup, leaving the neck pickup tone all the way open. And here's that out of phase. Very cool. Flip the phase switch and take the tone back up all the way. And let's start moving these tone controls together. First, let's take both tone controls to 8, meaning they're in single coil mode and the tone is all the way down. And here's that out of phase, meaning we have both pickups, the neck side of the pickup is engaged. Now let's take both controls down to 7, meaning we have humbucker mode engaged for both pickups. Here's that out of phase. And finally, here are both pickups with the tone all the way down. Very cool. Now, I'm not going to throw drums behind this bass because I'm not going to go through all that again. We have so many different combinations to choose from here, and I think that all of them sound great. Let me know which pickup combination was your favorite in the comments down below. And that'll... Wait, you thought I would finish a video without doing some slapping here? Let's slap this with both pickups in single coil mode. In phase, both pickups engaged. So here are my final thoughts on the Peavey T-40 here. I'm not going to give this a claw rating because you cannot purchase these new anymore. However, if you like what you heard and dig the funky control configuration, I would recommend picking one up because they are becoming more and more rare, especially in good condition. Make sure that the neck and the truss rod are still functional as well as the tilt, or you may need to do a shim like what we had to do here. Big shout out and thank you to Dom over at Third Floor Guitars for helping me out with setting up this particular bass. So thanks, Dom, for going above and beyond here and getting this thing playable. I think the styling is iconic. I think that the tones that you can get out of this are simply awesome. I know a lot of people out there feel that this particular bass is a jack of all trades, and I would not disagree with them. You can get a lot of really functional tones, especially that jazz bridge pickup tone, and a solid P-bass kind of tone. You can also kind of get muddy and Gibson-y. You can really go a lot of different places with this bass, and I think that for its time it was very innovative. Now, I know a lot of you have had experiences with the Peavey T-40, so be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what your experience was with the Peavey T-40. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Be sure to like, subscribe, join our Discord channel, and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think about the Peavey T-40. And as always, until we groove again,